MLB
It has been a
show.
long fucking road. But holy shit. I am going to finish the Giants March to October tonight right now. It is 3:30 a.m. The calendar reads Sunday, March 29th. We're up 2 games to none in the World Series, now on the road in Cleveland. Down 2-1 in this game, in Game 3. 2-1 in this okay, I just want to make sure this was actually up. It has been a long...
Let's go down to the field with Heidi Watney
I've got to win 2 games
on what she took away from her talks with the players. Heidi,
we'll have it
now
all.
at the plate, Wilmer Flores. And at this
Leading
point
off
of
for
the
the
game, I
Giants,
think it's clear that the
second
plan of
baseman,
attack against the top of the order has worked.
Flores.
Well, when you've only surrendered 1 hit to the top 3 guys in the order up to this point in the game, you know you're doing something right, man. You're spot on. Whatever they discussed coming into this game has worked out beautifully.
The batter,
Stepping into the box, Hunter Pence. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Line toward right center. And he'll lay out to make a spectacular catch. Wow.
The left fielder, number 5, Mike Yastrzemski.
At the plate, Mike Yastrzemski. It's been an 0-for-2 effort for him to this point. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Hit sharply toward the right side. And that'll get down out there near the wall. And they're going to hold him to a single here as they do a nice job of getting it back in quickly.
The first baseman, number 9, Brandon.
Hey, there's a bullet off the wall. The outfielder does a really good job of getting that one in quickly, but I think they had a play there.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Meanwhile, this ball is into right center, and that ought to be good enough for extra bases.
A game tying 2 out of
and
double.
They've come back to tie it up as it's now a 2-2 ball game. So a runner at second, 2 down now, and that brings up Buster Posey.
When this thing left his bat, I started thinking it might have enough to get out of here. Didn't quite carry enough, but it does one out.
And Buster Posey may have given them the lead.
It's a
Good throw from center.
And a relay home.
If that's not cut off, that's most likely
with the run.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roy. You get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%. Not trying to do too much. Able to quiet the moment down, center himself, and come through in a big spot.
In is the third baseman, Evan Longoria. Racing back the left fielder, but he can't get it as it's off the wall.
That power swing never.
Their own pitcher is absolutely dealing right now, so this is a big moment in this game. If his teammates can pick him up and drive him in now, that might be all they need to get the W here.
And with first base open, it looks as though they'll go after the next guy with the force at any base now in order and 2 men gone.
The right fielder, number 6.
And that'll bring up Steven Duggar.
Is the DH and AL games, which means Yastrzemski takes a lot.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game to pitch.
Steven Duggar.
Liner in there for a base hit. 1 run is scored. And the second runner's going to hold over at third, so a run scores, and they remain loaded here with 2 away.
Number 13.
Here comes the Indians manager to make that slow trip to the mound.
Your attention,
and
please.
a change is forthcoming as that's going to do it for his starter here this evening.
What would have been a double play had there been.
How about that right out of the bullpen?
No.
Stepping up now, Cesar Hernandez.
Pitching back in
the
avoid the hat trick. He struck out in each of his first 2 plate appearances. No balls and a strike to count.
Pitcher's batting, so this last thing
strike now from Archer. Swing and he pops him up.
That's gonna fall.
Crawford
oh no, Crawford
backs up a bit and he takes charge for the first out.
The batter, the shortstop.
Here comes the first pitch. Sent in the air out to straightaway central. Slater's under it. He's got it, and there are 2 down
bullshit.
now.
coming through in the 6th. Let's get one last thing on a Chris Archer
next
here.
for Cleveland.
For the win.
And that'll
The
bring
right
in
fielder.
Franmil Reyes.
Franmil Reyes.
0-1 the count.
I will go to Tony Watson in the 7th. Reyes Moranta in the 8th.
Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
Andrew Miller in the
Yeah,
9th.
if he's going to pound the zone with this
non-save
game,
situation.
the offense better step up. Somebody's going to have to pull the trigger a little bit earlier in the count.
And he fouls this one off. And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game. At the plate, Wilmer Flores. And he'll get us started in what's officially the back third of this one.
Wilmer Flores.
It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. Nearly a big fly to start the inning instead of foul ball. Weak grounder back to the mound.
Way to keep it fair, Wilmer.
And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
The batter, number 8, designated hitter, Hunter Pence.
Striding in once again, Hunter Pence. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Here comes the first pitch. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap.
Give one a nice power swing.
But that'll stay in the park as it's off the wall. And he is in at second base with a 1-out double.
The left
Well,
fielder,
he's not shy, is he? He goes up there looking to be aggressive and takes a big rip right here. Squares it up and lines it for a double that goes all the way to the wall. Great work out of him.
So now to the plate, Mike Yastrzemski.
Oh.
Well hit. Deep down the right field line. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there. Ready with the 0-1. Well hit.
God.
Deep down the right field line. And foul, though it had the home run distance.
You slow down my swing. He's not going to throw anything faster than that 92 mile fastball.
Working for the punch out and the offering. Yanked high and deep down the line in right. And it's a foul ball.
3 straight very high and deep foul balls.
There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner. And this will wind up being nothing more than a long foul ball, and it'll hold the count at 0-2. There's a swing
that
and a drive hit
fair.
well out to right field. Racing back the right fielder. Now a leaping effort
4
at the wall,
straight
but he
foul
comes
balls.
up empty. This one is gone. Home run.
When this one left the bat, I thought it was going to be an easy out to right, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and the right fielder gave it a great effort and almost brought it back, but no dice.
Here's first baseman Brandon Belt. Hit sharply on the ground, and Belt is aboard. It's a base hit.
Hey, this guy's having a big series in the postseason. It looks like to me that the moment isn't too big for him. He's slowing the game down. He looks terrific.
Please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now
postseason monster right here, having a
number
huge
48.
series.
Oh, he has some trouble with it.
Clase.
Keep up
The
to the
relay.
cutoff.
The
That's
tag,
smart
and
bat.
he is out at second.
I mean, I shouldn't have ran for second. So I thought for the 3-4 to do well.
Now batting. Third. Evan Longoria.
Into the box now, Evan Longoria. Fly ball heading for the alley. And Longoria is going to have himself extra bases. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run from third is in to score.
Yeah, now they're looking
now
at
batting.
a 5-run deficit, and that doesn't bode very well for them, especially considering that they've only been able to scratch a couple of runs across the entire game. If this isn't the end, they can definitely see it from here.
Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as the side is retired. So here's Tyler Naquin head-to-head against Chris Archer. He's 1 for 5.
The center fielder, Tyler.
Here's a fastball
Save on
called
some
for strike
bullpen arm a
one.
little bit for
Hey, there's
the
an
rest of the
old saying in
series,
baseball,
or
you need to take a strike in this spot. Well, he got one there. Now he just needs to find a way to get on.
The 0-1. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
Look at the radar gun on that slider. Off-speed pitch, 91 miles an hour. That's just pure filth.
This one for Crawford is short. Scooped up, and the throw to first is in time. One gone.
Now batting, left fielder. Come
Ready
and
with
go.
the first pitch. Here it comes.
Santana.
Domingo Santana comes on with one gone here as he looks at a called strike one. Hot shot to third. And there's out number 2.
Now batting, first baseman.
Archer steps into his windup. Here's the first pitch.
Santana.
2 runs, 4 hits. No errors to this point for the Indians. Grounded up the first baseline. But this will get foul for strike 2.
Yeah, you could tell he was ready for another fastball, but the pitcher went to breaking ball, and the hitter just fouls that one off.
What was that?
And that will conclude matters here.
It's like a weak throw. Really.
Your
James
attention,
Hoyt
please.
has been summoned from the
Now
bullpen
50.
as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 50.
Ready to begin the 8th. Ready for another
Hoyt.
chance. Steven Duggar. Oh, right back to him on the mound. And he'll flip on to first to record the out.
Now batting, the center fielder.
Into the box
Austin.
now, Austin Slater. He
Slater.
was retired via the ground ball last time up. On the ground for Hernandez at second base. Reined in. And there
Got
are
him.
2 away now.
The batter.
Stepping
The
in,
second
Wilmer
baseman.
Flores.
Wilmer
Struggling so far in this one
Flores.
and looking to erase his 0-for-4 ball game right here. Liner towards second. And that'll get down for a 2-out single.
I didn't know if I said that.
The batter, number 8. Designated hitter.
In now, Hunter Pence.
Pence.
He swings and sends it in the air to right center field. Naquin's on the move. He tracks it down, and that will end.
I just want to get done with
Next for the Indians is the designated
Leading
hitter,
off for
Oscar
the
Mercado.
Indians,
He'll look to bounce
the
back after
designated hitter,
striking out his last time
Oscar
up. Swung on and missed for the
Mercado.
first strike.
Readjust a little bit to not
Big
fans
fastball is
difficulties,
definitely this guy's MO coming out of the bullpen.
but that
Good
shouldn't be
job
too
to
bad.
spoil that one away, and he
Done it
stays
before
alive.
when I accidentally
The
changed
next
my order
0-2.
difficulty.
Sharp ground ball to third. Great effort on the dive, but it's through into left.
Hey, some guys can handle the postseason lights, and this is obviously one of them.
The
Another
catcher, number
base hit.
55.
Leading off for the
0-1,
boys. This guy's had a
Roberto.
monster postseason so far.
Perez.
Roberto Perez is in for the 3rd time as he swings and misses at that one. It's 0-1. Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
Ball.
Oh, and there's the good curveball as he set down on strikes for the 2nd time here tonight.
That's
Now
just a
batting,
great pitch.
third
Great
baseman.
call from the catcher
Okay.
and the execution. If he
Rob
hits it,
Perez.
there's a good chance it turns into a double play ball. But it's also a spot that's going to get a lot of whiffs, too. That's excellent pitching.
Pulled toward right center field. Giving chase is Slater. He makes the play. Really had to hustle to get to that one. 2 gone now.
The batter,
Here's the
number
first
7.
pitch to him.
Second
Bouncer
baseman,
up the middle.
Jason.
Dive, but he can't get a glove on it.
Hernandez.
It's through for a base hit.
Nice
Weird having,
execution
like,
right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in.
Now
kept his
batting.
hands inside
solid
the baseball.
shortstop.
Ripped the base hit up the middle.
Francisco.
You're a pitcher right there. You
Left
can't
hand,
get
right
discouraged.
out.
Sometimes even when you make a good pitch,
Because
the ball's going
having
to find a hole somewhere.
2/3 of
That
my
one right up the middle.
left, center, and right to use fence
Well,
and
the Indians
defense
have been searching for that
isn't
big
exactly
hit
the
pretty much
best.
all game. It remains to be seen if they can get it, but now sure would be a great time.
defense.
He got him. Lively fastball that time, and it puts an end to the.
Ladies and
Oliver
gentlemen,
Perez
your
enters from the
attention,
pen
please.
to start the 9th
Now
inning as he'll
pitching
try to
for the
keep the
Indians.
score right where it is
Number
heading to the
39.
bottom of the 9th.
Oliver Perez.
First offering on its way. And we kick off the ninth inning with a swinging strike here. 0-1. Perez has seen his role change with those one-batter lefty specialists going the way of the dodo as a part of MLB's pace of play initiatives. This is pulled into right. Oh, he couldn't make the play. He takes the turn and heads for second. And he's safe.
He's safe.
Well, lefty on lefty, this is a tough matchup, but he stays in there, keeps that front shoulder closed, and just rips the pitch for a two-bagger. Nice job of defying the odds there.
Standing in now, Brandon Belt.
What about the Belt? Move the runner over.
And that's the first out.
Up next to the Giants.
Here's Buster Posey now.
The catcher.
He's working on a 3-hit ball game right now. First pitch coming. Here it is. Line toward the alley in left center. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out hit. And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead.
He's in there. He's
get him.
We got double.
I mean, that had to feel good right there, Dan. That's his third RBI of the game and extends his team's lead. They might have this one locked up.
Well, I tell you, those are always big, those add-on insurance runs. Big RBI right there for a little bit more breathing room.
He didn't settle in.
Naquin is there now, and he has it. 2 gone.
Naquin have a good arm. Whoever was playing center in game 1 had a really solid cannon. Yeah, Naquin 99 on that.
Coming to the plate now, Brandon Crawford, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Swing hard liner to left center. Boy, and call off the dogs already as this is down for extra bases. As he arrives at second without a play, as also on the play, a run comes across to score.
He's blown it open now.
Duggar.
20 hits.
At the plate, Steven Duggar lifted in the air to right field. Right fielder is on the run. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the...
That's game 3 right there.
Into the box now, Franmil Reyes. He'll lead things
off
off here in the ninth with his guys in
pitching
danger of
great.
falling into a very difficult-to-escape 3-0 deficit. Swings through it for strike number 2.
Looking back down 3-0 in the
0-2 count. You can do just about anything you want right now. Up, down, in, out, hard, soft. Good time to be a pitcher.
He struck him out the third time he's fanned in the game.
Hey, I'm not sure what he was sitting on right there. Might have been sitting on an off-speed instead. He gets the fastball. Tyler had no chance to put that ball in.
Next for Cleveland, the left fielder.
First pitch of the at-bat. Now a ball popped up, but room and foul ground for the catcher Posey. And he'll make the catch to end it for the final out. And the Giants are 1 step away from a sweep. They take a commanding 3-0 lead here on the road as this one is over.
This is it. Oh, we're up 5-0. This is definitely it. About to win us a World Series. Do a quick year in review. And then get the fuck out of the Giants for good.
For a report on this club's outlook heading into Game 4, here's Heidi Watney.
Leading off for Stanford.
Here's Buster Posey now. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Hit on the ground to third.
Like seriously, this
throw to first gets it, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
When it starts to flicker, and it's flickering like
the batter,
not as faint.
The third baseman.
In is the third baseman, Evan Longoria. He was a ground-out victim last time up. Grounded to third. Ramirez is up with it. On to first, and a sigh of relief as Longoria's retired easily for the 2nd out.
The batter, number 35.
Brandon Crawford digging in next. He went down on strikes last time up. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. He's got it. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this.
Leading up for the Indians, the catcher, Roberto Perez.
I'm gonna go with the bullpen, go to my regular guys for the
pitch on the way.
Anyways, keep your smile at the 6th.
First pitch fastball swung on and missed 0-1.
Because I want them out to pitch one last time.
He takes something off there and had him way out in front for strike 2. Boy, good cutting action to that pitch as that's the first out of the inning.
Well, he certainly wasn't intimidated on the mound right there.
Now batting, third baseman.
Really good hitter. Instead of working around the zone, he challenged him with 3 straight good pitches. I like that he didn't give us a...
Okay.
Opponent too much credit.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And that nearly would have gotten him on the board. Instead, it's a long foul ball. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Another one sent foul. Grounder down the line at third, but this will wind up foul. Still 0-2. Down the left field line and deep, and this will not be caught. It's a foul ball.
Hey, 5 foul balls in a row. Loving the battle in the box right here, making the pitcher work.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
He's racking up a fair amount of strikeouts now out there. That's 6 to this
the
point.
Batter, number
so he's got
7,
good stuff,
second
he's fooling
baseman,
a lot of these hitters.
Strike taken over his own.
Well, they've really had an answer for keeping him in check in this series.
Ooh,
he's offered very little resistance with the bat in his hand so far.
Minor in there for a base hit.
Well, that's only the second hit he's given up tonight, and the first one didn't do any damage. So he's not sweating this one at all. They haven't been able to string anything together.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. Duggar's there for it. He makes the
Piece
play,
of metal is
and
going to be
that'll
mine
end
tonight.
the inning.
It's in Cleveland.
And that'll bring up Steven Duggar. A hit in 2
Leading off for
tries
the
so
Giants,
far.
the right fielder,
What a
number
run for the
6.
Indians.
First pitch coming. Here it is.
Duggar.
Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. So it's an inning-opening single to kick off their half of the 7th.
Hey, guys, that's an excellent
The
job
center
right
fielder,
there.
number 13,
That's a back foot slider.
Austin
Usually those are kryptonite
Slater.
for most batters, and he's able to fight it off, keep his hands inside the baseball, and deliver a base hit.
And that'll get down for a base hit.
Hey, this guy's having a big series in the postseason. It looks like to me that
Now
the
batting,
moment isn't too
the
big
second
for him.
baseman,
He's slowing the game down. He
Wilmer
looks terrific.
Yeah,
Flores.
absolutely. Postseason
Your attention,
monster
please.
right here, having a
Now
huge
pitching for
series.
the
Any big leaguer can have their
Number
moment
48,
mid-May, but to do it when it gets
Emmanuel
cold outside means everything.
Clausen.
Naquin is to his left as he puts it away in the alley for the first out of the inning.
The bat.
So we're striding forward now.
Designated
Hunter
hitter.
Pence.
Hunter
He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. First offering on its way. Hit out towards second. And that is into right field. The base hit. And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead. It's a 6-0 ball game.
He'd
The
have at
left
least 2.
fielder, number
I
5,
know he's won at least one World
Mike
Series with them, right?
Yastrzemski.
To the plate now, Mike Yastrzemski.
Either way,
He
going out
swings
on
and
top.
hits it foul off
Long
to the
career.
right and out of play.
Solid
So far,
resurgence
2
over
for
the last
3 in
2
this
years. He had
one.
a solid 2019, early 2018. I don't remember what a good year was.
0-1, here's the pitch. Seared down the first baseline.
Either way, going
And
out
a
on
reach,
top
but it's
after
by him as he couldn't quite
2
get to
solid
that
bounce
ball.
back years.
And the route is officially
Could even
underway.
potentially be a
It
World
is
Series
7-0.
The
Dan, that's a
first
nice
baseman,
RBI
number 9,
base hit on a hard
Brandon
grounder down the first
Belt.
baseline.
At one
If
point,
the first
definitely one
baseman's
of the
holding
top
him right
players
there,
in
it's
the league.
probably a double play, but not the case.
No question about it, Buell. Sometimes it's a game.
In to
Route
score
is
is the
on.
runner
It's all
from
but
third.
guaranteed
It's
now. We
8
just
to
won the World
nothing.
Series in the 7th
I mean,
inning.
that had to
Bull.
feel good right there,
The catcher,
Dan. That's his
number
third
22,
RBI of the game and
Buster.
extends his team's lead.
Posey.
They might have this one locked up.
Well, I tell you, those are always big, those add-on insurance runs.
Ooh, Nathan's
Big
got a
RBI
99.
right there for a little bit more
Even with
breathing
that,
room.
And a good throw is going to hold that runner at third, so they're loaded
Now
now
batting.
with only one
The
away.
third baseman,
Oliver Perez
Evan
enters now in a mop-up role
Longoria.
as he'll try to keep
Ladies
the
and gentlemen,
deficit right where
your
it is.
attention, please.
Stepping in
Now
now,
pitching
Evan
for-
Longoria.
And there's Longoria
Hit high
grand
and
slam.
deep
Number
to left
39.
field. Left
Back.
fielder
Oliver
looking up. Gone!
Perez.
It's a grand slam.
Longoria might want that MVP.
Wow, I
after
can't
that.
imagine what he's feeling right now. To hit a home run in the World Series is special. To hit a grand slam in the World Series, I don't think there's too many people that can say that.
No, I don't think there was either. Actually. Let's see. Did the replay fuck up? Too? The animation fuck up in the replay? Yeah, it did. I had that problem with Frank Thomas's home run animation last year a lot. Frank Thomas had home run and the bat would just stay in his hands, especially in the replays.
Here's the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. Fastball right back to the mound. And he'll just flip this on to first for the second out of the inning.
The
Digging
right
in
fielder,
and looking
number
for
6,
more, Steven Duggar.
Steven
He singled his
Duggar.
last time up. First offering on its way. Good deception on the slider
0-1
there
the
as
count.
he's way out in front. 7 runs have crossed the plate in the inning.
What the hell is that? I've never seen that. Unless I just don't pay attention, but I've never seen Oliver Perez do what he just did there. I'm taking
In
pictures
there,
once
and
at
it's
least, so I know.
0-2 now.
Dude, look at this. Yeah, look at that. Have I just not been paying attention? Or do I only face him when there's runners on base if he doesn't do that?
Rolled slowly down the first
I don't know
baseline.
if I get a hit
But
here.
a foul ball, and the count holds at
Just
0-2.
like a single. So I can see.
Nothing in 2
never
count,
noticed
and
that.
the pitch. Swinging a hard liner to center field.
Get down.
That gets down, and the inning will continue. Throwing to second. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Alright. See if he does that.
Well, lefty on lefty,
Give me
this is
now
a tough
batting.
matchup,
The
but
center
he
fielder,
stays in there,
Austin
keeps that front shoulder closed,
Slater.
and just
Maybe I've
rips
only
the
faced
pitch
some runners
for
on
a
base.
two-bagger. Nice job
I
of
definitely
defying
have.
the odds there.
So that brings up the outfielder Austin Slater. Hit high and deep out to left center field.
Wow, I see Slater wants a piece of the action.
Another excellent swing right there. That's
Oliver
multiple
Perez,
home
2 home
runs
runs
in
in
the
the
same inning. Watch
Your
yourself. You're
attention,
missing
please.
over the
Grand
heart of
slam
the
out
plate.
here.
Now
Nick
pitching for
Wickman
the
comes on to pitch now, hoping
A
for
9
better
run
results
7.
than the other
This is
arms
an
that they've
outfield
run
run.
out there in this one.
Right.
Power slam
Liner
is the
towards
first thing to
second.
get this
So
shit
this will
over
be
with.
pulled in out there at second base. Bottom of the inning now.
Yeah,
Digging
bottom of
in
the
once
7th,
again.
Tony Watson
Friendly
leading
Reyes.
off for the
He'll try to
Indians,
follow up the double
the
in his last
designated hitter,
at-bat with another
Ron
big hit right
Beard.
here. Tony Watson
Reyes.
gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th. And now it'll kick around in the corner.
Well, that's not a bad pitch right there. That's a pretty good sinker. He just happens to
Now
put
batting.
that one right into
The
left
first
field for a
baseman.
base hit.
Yeah, he got the bat head out right there, Dan, and was able to
Down
get
one
that one
and
to
out.
left field.
Carlos Santana is at the
He's
plate
such a
now, and he takes a
nostalgia.
cold strike.
Or like not nostalgia, but like nostalgia head.
The
I'm
0-1
thinking
on
back.
its
I don't
way.
know. Don't ask why.
Waved at and missed,
No
and he's
ball.
Back
behind
to
0-2.
right now.
Hey, I get where
Which,
he's going right there. Sinker,
for
and
me,
then pull the string
was
back a little bit
a
with
lot
that
of times
nasty
a nightmare.
changeup. But if those fall in the same
What a
spot,
double play.
look for someone to get on top of one and crush it.
On to first,
The
and
left
that's the
fielder,
very
number
last
Yeah, I had a
thing
lot of
they
bad
needed at this
days
point
in
in the
the
ball
Joe.
game, as
Like
there are
just
quickly 2
Down
away
and
now.
out.
You know, I never really wanted to like kill myself or anything, but days were just like, it would be so much easier to just give up and not give a shit. Or like, stop. Like, I would never do something like that, no matter how bad things
So
are.
base is empty now after the double play. And digging in is the outfielder,
0-1 to the
Domingo
count.
Santana. No balls and 1 strike. And he takes strike 2.
But with that all
if
being
he's
said,
gonna
like how
pound
bad
his
it
zone
got
with
up to
this
this, like I
stuff
still
all
think
game.
like, man, I would love to go
And
back
we'll
to
have
that.
to leave it
Like,
there as
not
this
in
is
today's
strike
day. Like
3.
I would hate to be. Well, I'm sure I can't say that, I guess, but like I don't want to
Digging
go
in,
back and be
Hunter
Leading off
a
with
Pence.
the Giants.
He's
13-year-old
2 for
in
3
2020.
and looking for more here.
But like,
Hey.
if I were to go
Line
back
drive,
to
and that's a base hit into center field.
2007,
So their half of the
fall
8th opens with a
2007,
man
when I
aboard.
started in 7th grade.
Dero,
in
not
middle
a
school.
bad night. 3 singles, but
Like,
hey, you'll take
I would
3
love
to
for
do
4
that.
every
And
day
not
of the
even
week.
change
Yeah,
them.
in today's day and age,
I'm
Dan,
so-
where everything's a homer, a walk, or a strikeout.
Like I mean, obviously there are
Pulls this
things I
one
would like
high
to
and
change
deep to
an
right
extent,
center field.
but at the same time, I'd love to see that Yastrzemski. But at the same time, like
Well, they've got
if
the
I
elevate and celebrate thing
tomorrow
working in this one, guys. That was
as
their
a
4th
7th
big
grader
fly of the game.
Matty
and
V,
knew
Dero,
everything
I don't know what
that
you
I
think,
knew
but
right
this
now,
is
and knew
like
that if
crazy.
How bad
I could do everything exactly the same, get the right where I am right now in this moment,
Yeah, you're watching this pitcher. He's just
or
Swung on and hit
I
in
could
the air
do
again,
things differently,
deep
but
down
not
the
know the
left field
result.
line. And he
I
pushed
think
it
I would
just
do
a bit too
everything
much.
exactly the
It'll
same.
wind
Because
up
one,
a
there's a
foul
lot of
ball.
things that I would love to
2
redo
hits
again,
in
just
4
right
attempts to
exactly
this
as
point.
is. But also, it's like at the
And
end
he
of the day, it
gets a
got me
hold of
here.
this one again to deep
I'm happy
right
to be where I
field.
am.
That
I'm
one's
happy
outta
with
here.
everything that has gone through.
Back-to-back
in life.
home runs.
Like, the worst,
You're
like I
right.
got hit by a
And
car.
Is now in a
you know,
mop-up
pitching
role as
for
he'll
the
try to
guy.
keep the deficit right where
the,
it is.
the worst
And
of
that'll bring up
times
Buster Posey.
has been worth the best of times.
Into center field, line drive base hit.
And as time has gone on, it's been less worse. You know,
Now batting.
cumulatively, there's been less
Evan
worse times than there have been good
Longoria.
times. Now it seems to be all good
At
times
the
for the
plate
most part.
now, Evan
On a personal
Longoria.
level, at least, like, I
Hit down
understand,
the
like,
third base
the
line.
world is going to shit.
This is foul for
In
the
my own
first
life.
strike.
I don't know why I'm rambling about this. I'm maybe just getting there 4 in the morning.
Now a ball grounded to
4 in the
short.
morning,
This
I'm
could be
zoning. Yeah,
2.
it's actually 4.
Hernandez at
Out.
second. On the
4
first,
in the
not
morning,
in
and I'm
time
zoning.
as the umpire was
On your
right
left.
there to make the
That's
call.
good.
The batter, number 36.
Digging in, Brandon
Shortstop,
Crawford struggling so
Brandon
far in this one and
Crawford.
looking to erase his 0 for 4 ball game right here. Here's the first pitch to him. And
Like
this
the
ball is crushed
heartbreak,
deep down the right field line.
sickness,
Definitely
you know,
had the
whatever.
distance, but it winds up a
Just the
foul
days
ball.
where people just absolutely railed on me, made me hate everything. Still,
Line towards center field. But sadly for him, this will head straight to the center fielder as he puts it
Like,
away
especially
without
if I
much
could go
trouble
back
for
to,
the second out.
Up next for the Giants.
Digging
like
in,
this in 2009.
Stephen Duggar. He came
again,
across
there's
the
some
score
plenty of
after
shitty times.
doubling in
but,
his
like,
last
man,
at-bat.
just- I would
Comes
love to
set.
go back
Here's
and
the
do that all
0-0
again. Same,
pitch.
exactly the same.
Down the first baseline.
Or I would change some stuff, yeah. But, yeah. Like, it'd be interesting to see if I did things differently, what would happen, or how
Hit
things
on the
would be.
ground down the first baseline.
But I wouldn't necessarily want to. Even if things were to be better,
strike 2.
if I did things differently, I don't think I would. So I'm glad to be where I'm at.
Swung on and hit deep to left center. A ball that's carrying. But he has no chance to make the play. It's off the wall. And not
I can't
in
believe
time
that the
as
one
run
time I'm not
scores.
really focused on my offense right now. I'm just distracting myself as I get
Definitely
along
aggressive approach here, down
is
to
the
0-2
time where I've had a
Instead of
9-run
shortening his swing and protecting the plate, he takes a big rip and is able to drive it deep for a couple of bases and an
I'm not paying
RBI.
attention. I'm just
Fielded
babbling
cleanly.
until I get to the
Throw in
9th.
the dirt, but a good scoop
Bottom
at
line.
first saves an error.
And I'm going
So
off
here's
right
Tyler
now.
Naquin. He struck
Leading
out
off
Miller,
swinging
you're
in
up.
his last
Reyes
trip to the
Maranta,
plate.
you're in.
The center
Reyes
fielder,
Maranta was on
Tyler
the pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom
Naquin.
half of the 8th.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Fouled off.
your attention, please. Now pitching for San
The
Francisco,
0-1 pitch.
number 54.
I think it's because I think the world's
Reyes
ending.
Maranta.
Legitimately, I think the world is ending. Like, if this virus doesn't kill us, if this doesn't end the world over the long haul, like over the next couple months, I think it's part of. I don't know. Like, I don't see us making it out of this year.
Pulled
let alone
toward right
April.
center field.
I think April's
Duggar on the
the
move.
month.
And he
April
tracks it
2020.
down. Nice play
We
for the
will see
first
today.
out. And the
Now
pitch.
batting, right
The
fielder,
fires,
Hit
the
in the air
famine,
down
Jordan.
the right field
the
line.
locusts,
Blue Flow.
the virus now, the sickness.
And no one will track it down. Set to
and
deliver
we're
the 0-1.
now a couple
Hit
of
out
weeks
toward
away.
second. Taken in by
It is
Flores.
Sunday.
And he'll
From Easter.
whip this one over to first,
What
and
is
he
Easter?
gets his man for the
Celebrating
second out.
coming. The
The
resurrection.
catcher, number
So
55.
digging in now,
Not
Roberto
sure.
Perez. He'll look to bounce back
Owen
after
Perez.
striking out his last time up. No balls and a strike to
Should know,
count. And it's quickly 0-2.
Either way, so I think that's the day.
Swing
And
and a
what is the
line
second coming
drive,
of Christ represent?
but a foul ball.
Yeah, the world
Nothing in
ends. We'll be
2
in a
count,
fine spot.
and the pitch. Fouled away. No runs, 3 hits. No errors to this point for the Indians. Now that's popped up.
And
Flores over to his
Not gonna
right.
lie,
And that
I don't know, I'm
retires
nervous
the
about it.
side. This one.
I'm starting to accept it because it happens.
So
like,
in now for
it's
San
not just
Francisco.
like
Leading
it's
off
Wilmer
something
San
that happened to me,
Flores.
it's happening
He'll
to
start
everyone.
things
Second
off in the
baseman.
top of the
About
ninth
it.
as they look for a little
No one knows
insurance.
anything about it.
This is
If it
line
ends
to
up being
left.
something that is
And
preventable,
that'll
then
get
yeah,
down
that
for a
is
base
annoying
hit.
as fuck.
So he
and
goes
I'm
after the
irritated.
first pitch,
Like
and
this-
it's early
like this
trouble
virus,
here
like
this
this
half of the
disease.
inning.
This is
As we
so
look
far
again
I'm
at
angered
that double
because
here,
it
you
could
can
have
see that
been
he was
prevented.
thinking too
The bat,
right
Or
out of the
the
box.
spread
Smashed
of
it down the
it
line, and
could have been
that was some
observed.
great hustle to
Hey.
beat the throw to second
But, you
to
know,
earn himself a double.
Swing and a liner.
Oh wow, I didn't think he was gonna get that.
And an off-balance throw is in time as he
But, you
takes
know,
one away. Wow.
My biggest concern,
The left
thing that I care most about,
Settling in now, Mike
my family.
Yastrzemski. He went deep for a 2-run homer in his previous
if this
at-bat.
happens, can I still do
First
it?
pitch on its way.
I just
And
wanna-
this
I just
ball
wanna
is
be with
crushed
my
deep
family.
down the right field
My
line.
parents,
And
my
it's a
brothers,
foul
my
ball.
cousins, my grandparents. That's just all I want really.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. He pulls
I
this
can
one
kinda
into
turn it.
right. And that's in there. Base hit.
Like, and I can picture it just
And they
You know,
won't
like the
risk
4th
it
of
at
July when I
third,
was a
so
kid.
they're at the corners now
At my
with only
grandfather's
one
house.
away.
now
Boy,
batting.
and they have not
first
been
base.
able to
Both
get him
sides of my
out.
family,
This is now a
mom and
5-hit
dad,
ball
so
game
Your
for him
attention,
here.
please.
Those don't
Grandparents
come
on both
along
sides.
every
Now
day.
pitching for the
James
Indians.
Hoyt comes on
I
to
never
pitch
remember
now,
that
hoping
movie,
for better
but,
results
first
than
name
the
for my
other
life
arms
partner.
that they've run out there in
To my
this one.
grandmother.
Hit hard on the ground
For
to
as
the
long as I
right,
can remember.
and that'll get on through into right field for a
He's
base
still
hit.
here.
And the runner scores from
So even though
third as
I
they
have no
extend their
grandparents alive
lead.
still, I
This is
consider
just
him my
bordering
grandfather.
on ridiculous now, guys. 19
catcher,
runs
number
in one
28.
game. To say that they're
Buster.
having some success at the
So,
plate
yeah,
would be
just
like saying
have
some
all
kids
that
are
there.
excited at Christmas.
My
Well, this is
grandfather was
hauled
up
in
there,
by the second
the
baseman.
trampoline, the pool, the field, the golf
Now
cart.
batting.
Ready for
Third
another
base.
shot
Football
now.
field,
Evan
every
Longoria.
side,
He
the
reached
slide,
on a fielder's
the
choice
driveway, the
previously.
snacks, the people, the pool, I think everything.
Hoping to limit the damage. Here's the pitch.
Everything inside
Fly
too,
ball out
you know,
toward left center field.
rooms, the
Left
closet,
fielder
the
giving
den,
chase.
just
He
everything.
can't get there, so the inning
Even
will
have like
continue.
my Australian cousin there.
Now the
lives in
relay
Australia, she's not
home.
Australian.
And not in time as the
That
second
one-
run scores.
That 1 year, like
Well,
it's
he's been
2007
shouldering
or
the workload at the plate
2000.
all night long. 2 RBIs here give him 6 in total for today's game.
Into the box, Brandon Crawford. And he puts it on the ground to second.
July in general.
Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. So the batting order turns over now and set to go. Jose Ramirez will be the first to bat here in the inning. With these guys in need of some ninth-inning magic, they're going to force a game 5. Andrew Miller takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door. To his right, but it comes up on him, and he can't handle it. The throw into second, and he'll get in there safely.
Well, back in the day, you would hope your leadoff man can work
the batter, number 7.
They got an infield
second
single,
baseman.
not in today's game. Now they expect the leadoff hitter to have a little pop, just like this guy. Nice leadoff double.
Digging in the switch hitter, Cesar Hernandez. And his guys are looking to erase that donut on the scoreboard with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, Matt, they've been really shut down so far in this one. They've had runners on base, but haven't been able to string anything together.
World Series in 14 years.
And that'll bring in the switch hitting Francisco.
Also, they've been spaced out.
Giants
been 3 and 5. This last one, this next one will be spaced out.
Quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2.
6 years.
Swing and a miss, and they'll dodge a major bullet that time. 2 away. Right? And that'll bring in Franmil Reyes. And their season hangs in the balance here as they're down to their final out. First pitch here, and that's the first strike. Good pitch as this is swung on and missed, and now they're down to perhaps their final strike of the evening.
Just don't understand the game plan right here. Walking up to home plate, you had to think you could potentially be pitched around. But now you find yourself down 0-2, and it's a battle.
Last strike now for Cleveland. Struck him out, and it's over. They are World Series champions.
The Giants are once again world champions.
Wow, World Series champions. The only thing that could have made this sweeter would have been doing it in front of the home crowd.
That's
but hey, they're
rings,
not complaining.
none
Believe
of which
me,
are clinched at
now
home,
they can look forward to celebrating during the parade as they bring the World Series trophy home. What a moment for this team, this organization, and that city.
Right? You know, I know it was in Detroit. Giants. 2010.
Back now on the show. It's all over, and you see the reactions there to the final out.
Yeah, it was in Texas.
And down on the field, we'll get a chance to watch the presentation of the Commissioner's Trophy to the new World Champs.
Yeah. Cardinals blew a 3-win lead. Wow. I hated that foul pop out to end the World Series in 2014. It's an even year, though. Even year bullshit. We got the World Series. Team Affinity plus 12. World Series champs. Grade A, A+. Unbelievable. Hunter Pence did win the Giants ring in 2014. He was with them. Okay. Do a quick little year in review here. Our record was 99-63. We finished first in the NL West. We were a really shitty start, and then right around game 40 is when we started to pick it up, and then we skyrocketed around game 60. And then again around game 80, we had a huge bump, like, up. Started to come down to earth a little bit, because we had the Dodgers in this division, so there's no way to guarantee it at any point in time until the very end there. From game 142 to 162, we literally just didn't lose. We won 20 straight, I know that much. So we'll take a look at the final standings here. Yeah, we won 20 straight to end the year, which ended up getting us the division by 4 games over the Dodgers. So we won 20 straight to end the year, lost game 1 of the ALDS to the Braves, and then swept the postseason from there. So we won 11 straight after that. So 20-11 means we won 31 of 32. Right? Let me think. 20. We lost 21, but then I can't math. It's late. Point is, unprecedented run. Take a look at the other divisions here. We'll start with the AL East. Yankees 102 wins, 60 losses. They took that division with ease. AL Central Twins 92-70. Battle with the Indians, not bad. Astros AL West 102 wins, 60 losses. The A's hung out for a little bit, I'm sure, but I mean, still that's relative. Like 14 games is relative ease. Wild card Indians A's, pretty solid. Red Sox were there. Rays were kind of there. AL West Braves 94-68. Took that over the Nationals, pretty close, nice battle. NL Central Cubs 101 wins, 61 losses. That was taken with ease, excuse me. Then us 99-63. We really didn't have it until the final month. We had a good first half, and then we started struggling the second half, and we actually had a bit of a problem to the point where we were in first for a little bit and battling for first. We think at one point had like a 3 or 4 game lead in the West, and then we were down like 4 games, 5, 6 even, I think, in the West. NL wildcard was Dodgers Nationals. They got that pretty secured. Diamondbacks were there for a little bit, I'm sure, but not really. We'll take a look at our stats. Player boost. I didn't get many player boost. Johnny Cueto, I got 1 right at the end of the year. Brandon Belt got 1 in August. Chris Archer got 1 when he came across in the trade, and that was it. So I didn't have any player boost until August, really. I got Archer's in July, like early July. I don't remember. Okay, Giant stats. We'll start with the pitchers. Whoops, wrong button. I always do that. Start with the pitchers. Tyler Beede. Tyler Beede I did not use in the postseason at all. Same with Kevin Gausman, actually. Kevin Gausman did not make any pitching appearances in the postseason. He was going to be my number 4 starter over Drew Smyly, but the game said no. Initially, my rotation would have been... I just realized, I think there's an easier... No, I can't do it. I have to do it this way. My rotation was going to be... Cueto had the highest overall, I'm pretty sure of that. But it was going to be Johnny Cueto second, actually. I was going to have Jeff Samardzija be the number 1 guy, the ace in the postseason. When we get to looking at regular season stats, I know that he was like head and shoulders above the rest of my rotation. So I was going to go Samardzija. Cueto had a rough year for the most part until the final like 2 months or so. Then he started to really heat up, and he had a really great October. So Cueto was going to be my number 2. Chris Archer was going to be my number 3. Really, the 3 after that, Smyly, Archer, and Gausman, all close in overall, but I was gonna go with Archer because of the player boost. So Archer was gonna be 3. Archer came across with not the best numbers. His strikeouts were there, but his numbers weren't the best. And he did just what is expected of Chris Archer, really, for this point. ERA, not the best, but the strikeouts were there. It was just a lot of strikeouts and home runs, really. Honestly, I probably would have done Gausman 4th at that point, and then Smiley 5th, just because I don't know too much about Drew Smiley as much as I do Kevin Gausman because of playing with Baltimore last year and getting him this year, and knowing that I like his animation. That's a big thing for me. His animations. I like his stuff. I think he's decent enough. But yeah, when we dropped game 1 of the LDS with Samardzija, the computer did it. The computer did Samardzija, Cueto, Archer, Smiley, Gausman, and we never got to a game 5 or a situation where he would have been needed. I could have taken him out of the bullpen if I needed to, but he never got used. Danny Jimenez ended up being my guy to go to when we were winning, for the most part. 8 1/3 innings pitched. A lot of that was in the World Series, actually. 10 strikeouts, 1.08 ERA, 8.4 WHIP, in 6 appearances. Sean Anderson only made 1 appearance, and that was a game that I didn't like Sean Anderson too much. Sean Anderson and Harleen Garcia, I didn't like their animations too much. Sean Anderson was okay. He pitched 3 innings, 1 appearance. He was already in the game for me, so I just gave him a 3-inning save, I believe. Or save stats. Save. No, it wasn't a 3-inning save, but I pitched 3 innings with him. I think it was game 1 of the LDS. That's why we lost. I believe that's the game we lost, but it wasn't because of him. In 3 innings, he struck out 3 guys. He had a WHIP of 1, so he gave up 3 hits, 1 hit per inning, or walks, 1 base runner per inning. Harleen Garcia, I didn't like reusing him too much. I did use him for an inning and a third. Struck out 3 with him. Didn't allow a hit or a run in 1 game. Tony Watson was the quote-unquote closer. The game wouldn't really let me put anyone else at closer, at least not until I got Andrew Miller at close to the deadline. So before that, I wanted Reyes Maranta because I like Maranta's stuff a little bit more. He's got the velocity, but the control just wasn't there. Whereas Tony Watson, even though Watson's overall is lower, he just overall seemed better. Plus, he's a left-handed sinker baller, so that's a pretty solid mix right there. Watson got used for only 2 innings, including that game 4, so I didn't really need him too much because he ended up being my 7th inning guy whenever I played. If I needed him in the 7th, I would use him, or if if I bring Reyes in the 8th and he's not doing well or whatever. So only pitched 2 innings, struck out 2 guys in those 2 innings, gave up 2 hits in those 2 appearances. Reyes Maranta, to me, it's weird because if you look at his stats, his attributes, look at his walks and his control, 32 and 48. It's just not there. But the break was there, the velocity was there. He could hit 100 when I needed him to. Pitched 5 innings with him, 8 strikeouts, not a single run, a .2 WHIP in 4 appearances means he only gave up 1 hit. So that's what I need from a setup guy. He was my setup guy, he's my 8th inning guy. Andrew Miller was going to be my closer, so I pitched him in 5 different games. He got 4 saves in the postseason. The LDS, I believe, was the closer games there. The LCS wasn't really too close. I think he did get at least 1 save against the Cubs, but for the most part, I think those saves are all against the Braves. Pimple in my ear. Oh fuck. Okay, got it. 5 innings pitched. He struck out 10, no runs, a .4 WHIP. In those 5 games, he only gave up 2 hits. So then we get to the starters. Johnny Cueto, 1 win, 1 loss. It'd be game 1 of the LDS. Pitched 25 innings, which was the most out of any starter or any pitcher for that matter. 2 walks, 44 strikeouts in 25 innings. Pretty solid. A 1.08 ERA and an even 1 WHIP. That means he gave up 25 base runners, not necessarily 25 hits. But he only gave up 23 hits. That means he walked 2. Trevor Gott actually it's weird that he's up here. I don't know why he's up here. Oh, because we're going off wins. Trevor Gott was my guy where maybe it wasn't a save situation, or I needed, you know, if there was such thing as a 6th inning guy, he would have been it. He was my go-to to get out of jams, I guess. Or if someone needed a rest, like before I got Andrew Miller, he was my 7th inning guy. He was 7th inning. Watson or Moranta would be 8th, and then whichever one I didn't use in the 8th, I'd use in the 9th. Not too bad, but also not the best. So that's why I needed one extra guy in the bullpen. Still used him, and he got picked up 2 wins. Or he'd be my 9th inning guy if it wasn't a save opportunity. Excuse me. If it wasn't a save opportunity, but it was like a 4-run lead. Struck out 9, no runs, a .6 whip. So not bad at all. Drew Smiley started 2 games, pitched 13 innings, struck out 13 guys, .69 ERA, .62 WHIP, 1 walk, not bad at all. Chris Archer pitched 3 games, 21 1/3, 30 strikeouts, a 1.27 ERA. So Archer seems to be the guy that gave up the runs the most. 1.27 ERA and a .70 WHIP. So he gave up how many runs altogether? Runs allowed 3. So he gave up 3 runs, which seems to be the most out of anyone in my postseason run. No, actually, Johnny Cueto gave up 6. And then Jeff Samardzija, who ended up being the head of the staff. 3 wins, 22 innings dead even, 29 strikeouts, .82 ERA, .41 WHIP. In 3 starts, he only gave up 9 hits. He only gave up 2 runs. Let's take a look through at their actual season numbers here. Tyler Beede got his overall up to 73. 26-year-old from Massachusetts with B potential now. Made 17 appearances, 3 wins, 4 losses. He is a starting pitcher. I don't know when he really started games, but I guess he started 17 games. I don't really recall. He also has 2 holds, 124 1/3, 112 hits, 62 runs, 59 earned, 14 dingers, 56 walks, 135 strikeouts, 4.27 ERA, 1.35 WHIP. WHIP's not bad. The WHIP is a little bit above league average. ERA, probably this. I don't know what league average is now in this day and age, but I know because of the voice line, the WHIP league average is 1.3, so that's not bad. Pitching WAR at 2.1. That's solid out of him. I can definitely take that as like a 6th starter, or the 5th starter even. Kevin Gausman got his overall up to 81. Joined the Gold Club. Only has C potential though, even though it has a green arrow. He pitched in 33 games. 29 of those were starts, so that means there was 4 times where I didn't use him as a starter. Interesting. 16 wins, 5 losses, 183 innings pitched, 157 hits, 59 runs, 56 of which were earned, 17 round trippers, 60 walks, 187 strikeouts, a career high for Gausman. An ERA of 2.75 and a WHIP of 1.19. That is definitely good for a guy like Kevin Gausman. Definitely respectable. Career lows in both. We really like to see that for a WAR of 4.2. Great to see out of Kevin Gausman. Great addition. Definitely worth his contract. Danny Jimenez, he was my guy to go. Not the best at all overall. Only it's 66. It says it went up. I don't remember what it was at the start of the year. But he was my go-to for like big blowout wins or blowout losses. Pitched in 61 games, 6 wins, 5 losses, 1 save, 7 holds, 70 2/3 innings pitched, 75 hits, 38 runs, 38 runs, 35 of which were earned. Only 6 home runs. That's pretty good for a guy in the bullpen. 32 walks, 73 strikeouts. That's also pretty good for a guy out of the bullpen. Average about a strikeout an inning, a little bit more. 4.46 ERA and a 1.15 WHIP are not the best to have. Again, though, considering the circumstances that I used him, that's okay, I suppose. 0.9 WAR, not bad. Sean Anderson, I just didn't. Sean Anderson was a guy I would go to if I needed like multiple innings. Before I had like a 6th starter or a guy that just transitioned the bullpen that could go longer. Got his overall up to 63. He's got B potential. He's only 25 years old. This was his first full season, at least appearances wise. Pitched in 59 games, 7 wins, 1 loss, 1 save. 3 blown saves, 6 holds, 72 2/3 innings pitched for him as well, 65 hits, 27 runs, all of which were earned, 10 home runs, 34 walks, 63 strikeouts, a 3.34 ERA and a 1.36 WHIP. Pretty solid for a kid like him. I'm happy with that production, a 0.1 WAR. Harleen Garcia, I just didn't really like using him Got his overall up to 72. Just didn't really see it with him. I didn't really like his stuff, his animations, anything. I knew he was familiar from somewhere. Miami last year. Pitched in 50 games, 5 of which he won, 2 of which he lost, 7 he saved, 4 he blew, 6 he held, 51 innings, 44 hits, 19 runs, 16 of which were earned, 6 home runs, 10 walks, 46 strikeouts, a 2.82 ERA, and a 1.06. That's a great whip to have. 2.82 ERA is really good for a WAR of .7. I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. It's great production. Tony Watson, partially closer, partially not. Overall was 76, so apparently that did not move. He pitched in 47 games. He won 3 of them, lost 2 of them, only got 3 saves, blew 2 of them, 11 holds. So even though the game said he was my closer, and he is an in-real-life closer, he just wasn't my closer. 45 and a third innings pitched, 39 hits, 15 runs, 14 were earned, 5 home runs, 12 walks, 41 strikeouts, 2.78 ERA, 1.13 WHIP. Glad, definitely happy, definitely okay with that. .6 WAR, worth all the money that he earned. Reyes Moronta was my closer for the most part. Got his overall at 80, so he's in the Gold Club. He pitched in 38 games, won 2, lost 3, saved only 13 of them, blew 7 saves, and had 9 holds, 37 and a third innings pitched, 36 hits, 21 runs, 20 of which were earned, 6 home runs, 17 walks, 46 strikeouts, a 4.82 ERA, and a 1.42 WHIP. Definitely could be better, especially compared to the last 2 years where he did a lot better. 2018, he was pretty damn good in 2018. Huh, interesting. For a .2 WAR. So actually, this was statistically his worst year. Because the control's not there and the computer is just not friendly to him. But that's awesome to see. Andrew Miller, I don't know what his numbers were when he came across. I know they weren't too special. He is still pretty solid. His overall went down to 83. He made 43 appearances. No wins, 1 loss, 7 saves, 4 blown, 15 holds, 36 and 2/3 innings pitched. That's all he pitched this year. That's kind of interesting. 28 hits, 16 runs, all were earned, 8 home runs, 22 walks, 46 strikeouts, a 3.93 ERA, and a 1.36 WHIP. A little north of where you'd like it to be for a guy declining, apparently. But livable. A negative .2 WAR. I don't know how bad his numbers were when we came across, though. Johnny Cueto got his overall back up to 85. He's in the Diamond Club again after 13 years of service in the MLB. Wow, he's been along for longer than I thought, but then again, time flies. He made 33 starts. He won 16 and 8. Good record. 234 and 2/3 innings pitched, 191 hits, 84 runs, 80 walks, or 80 of which were earned, 24 home runs, 60 walks. 229 strikeouts for Johnny Cueto, his best since 2014, and only the second time he's cracked the 200 mark. A 3.07 ERA is his lowest ERA since 2016, and a WHIP of 1.07, his lowest WHIP since 2014. So definitely a good year for Cueto, 5.3 WAR. I'll definitely take that. Trevor Gott, last bullpen guy, got his overall up to 72. Pitched in 45 games. He was actually my closer for a small second too, I believe. He won 2 games, lost 3 games, saved 4 games, blew 4 games, held 11 games, 49 to 30 innings pitched, 39 hits, 16 runs all earned, only one round tripper, so that's good out of the bullpen. 12 walks, 57 strikeouts, same as last year. 2.92 ERA, 1.03 WHIP. Definitely will take that any day of the week for a guy who's a setup guy or late innings guy. 1.6 WAR. And especially for only 72 overall, that's a pretty good year. Drew Smyly, I really don't know about Drew Smyly. I didn't use him at all, I don't believe, until the postseason. Like, I personally did not play with him. Like, I just never got put into a situation in game where he was on the mound for me. I really don't think so, at least. But the 29-year-old is in the Gold Club with an 81 overall. Started 32 games, won 13 of them, lost 13 of them. 195 innings pitched, 181 hits, 101 runs, 97 earned, 31 home runs, 52 walks, 201 strikeouts. That's a career high for Drew Smyly, so that's cool. He cracked the 200 mark for the first time in his career. 4.48 ERA, definitely not pretty, but could be worse, as evident in 2016 and in 2019. A 1.19 whip though. That's wrong button. A 1.19 whip though. That is definitely acceptable. That's good. That's below league average or above, depending on how you look at it. But you want a lower whip, so that's good. His lowest whip since 2015. Drew, I didn't realize Drew Smiley was with Tampa for 2 years. I knew he was with Detroit, but that's besides the point. For a 2.9 WAR, not bad. I didn't know he was with Chicago either at any point. Apparently, his picture says otherwise. Chris Archer, one of my midseason acquisitions, 80 overall, so he's gold. I don't know what his numbers were, but I know he started in 34 games. Only won 8. Oh, I know his record. His win-loss record was like 1-9. So to go to 8-12 is not bad. That means he won 7 games with us and lost 4 or 5. I don't remember how many. I think it was 1-9. So that means he only lost 3 games actually. Could have been 1-8 though. 207 innings pitched, 210 hits, 108 runs, 94 earned, 23 dingers, 94 walks, 248 strikeouts. That is close to his career high, so that's good to see. 4.09 ERA. I think his ERA was in the 4s when I got him, but it was like closer to 5. But either way, his lowest ERA since 2017. And his ERA is going to be up there. It's Chris Archer. It's what you get with Chris Archer. You're going to get strikeouts, but you're also going to get runs. So it's a monkey's paw sort of. 1.47. So again, these numbers could be better, but this is definitely good for a pitching WAR 4. And last but not least, this guy, Jeff Samardzija, got his overall up to 84. I think he should be an 85 in a Diamond Club we did this year. Jeff Samardzija started 33 games, won 16 of them, lost 8 of them, 229 and 2/3 innings pitched, gave up 170 hits, but only 71 runs, and only 66 were earned, only 25 home runs, 64 walks, 230 strikeouts for Jeff Samardzija, a career high. A ERA of 2.59. I believe that's the lowest on the team. That was the lowest on the team. A whip of 1.02. A pitching WAR of 4.9. That's career lows for ERA. Well, unless you count his Chicago Cubs stint in 08. And a career low in whip. Yeah. So, a career year for Jeff Samardzija at age 35. And honestly, I'm not going to say he deserves a Cy Young, but I think he deserves a little bit of some votes. He should have been in there. I don't know how the rest of the league looks, so maybe top 3, but I'd say probably top 5. Either way, Jeff Samardzija was what we needed at the rotation. I didn't get any starting pitching help this year. I only got bullpen help in Andrew Miller and lineup. Oh, actually, no, it's a lie. I got Chris Archer. I didn't get any offensive help. That's what it was. I didn't get any bats. I got Chris Archer, Andrew Miller. That's it. But I still needed a because like Chris Archer isn't going to change your rotation too much, and he's not going to slide in at the very top unless you're a lower bottom of the barrel team. Granted, these guys are, but they still had Cueto and Samardzija. I'd say Archer's about at their level. But Samardzija really stepped up. So I'd love to see that. Let's take a look at the offense. In the postseason, Ramos Garcia got 1 at bat. I pinch hit with him once. He didn't do anything. Mauricio Dubon, same deal. Steven Duggar got 10 at bats in the 2 games that he was playing in the. I want to say it was just games 3 and 4. He might have played in game 1 of the ALDS. Yeah, because he played in 3 games. No home runs. He driven in 2 RBIs and a 600 average. Alex Dickerson got 6 at bats. He started game 1 of the ALDS, and then I also used him as a pinch hitter. Apparently 3 times. He got 3 hits and 1 RBI. Pablo Sandoval, he ended up being my go-to pinch hitter against righties. He got 9 at bats. He started game 1 of the ALDS, or the NLDS, excuse me. Started game 1 of the NLDS, but then he pretty much pinch hit in every game thereafter, except for the 2 American League games. Right. Game 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. No, actually, no. I didn't use Sandoval too much. Only 7 games. So one of the games in the first 2 rounds, I didn't use him, and I didn't use him at all in the following, in the World Series, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember when I didn't use him, but either way. he didn't hit any home runs, but he driven in 2. Austin Slater played in all but 1 game. He had 2 home runs, 7 RBIs, 333 average. He has stolen base. Hunter Pence played in every game, had 3 home runs, 10 RBIs in the postseason for 420 average, 21 hits. He scored 13 runs as well. That's pretty huge. Wilmer Flores played in all the games, 1 home run, 4 RBIs, a low average, only 192. He only had 10 hits. Scored 8 runs, though. He did have that 1 round tripper. Brandon Crawford, all the games. He scored 5 times. He got 13 hits, 1 home run, 4 RBIs, 271 average. Evan Longoria stepped up in the postseason. All the games. Scored 9 times. Also got 14 hits, 4 home runs, 14 RBIs. This wasn't really a power team. Brandon Belt, all the games. 10 runs scored, 21 hits, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs, 420 average. Buster Posey stepped up. All 12 games, he scored 8 times, had 19 hits, 4 of which were home runs, 14 RBIs, and I'm curious to see how many home runs Buster Posey hit in the regular season, because I know it wasn't much, but in the span of 1 month in October, he hit 4 when it mattered most. And then Mike Yastrzemski, all the games, he had the most at-bats. He scored 13 runs, 17 hits, 3 of which were home runs, 9 RBIs, a 321 average. Let's take a look at the regular season stats. Aramis Garcia got his overall up to 72, B potential. Only played in 42 games. He was my backup catcher. He had 33 hits, 6 home runs, 18 RBIs, stole 1 bag, a 214 average. As a catcher, that produces a WAR of .6. Mauricio Dubon, I believe he was a call-up. I could be wrong. He got his overall up to 66, though. He played in 89 games, 87 hits, 15 home runs, 41 RBIs. That's pretty good. 275 average, 6 stolen bags. That's not bad at all for a bench player or a guy that would at 1.8 WAR, or a guy that would start a lot of days but just in different positions. Definitely take that. Steven Duggar, he was my 4th outfielder. Got his overall 67, B potential. Played in 91 games. Had 88 hits, 10 home runs, 39 RBIs. 268 average. Like, that's alright. That's decent for a 4th outfielder. 2.1 WAR. Alex Dickerson, he was over-touted, if you ask me. His stats aren't bad. Like, his attributes aren't bad. But to me, he just wasn't good. I wasn't good with him. The computer wasn't good to him. His overall was only 71. His potential's still D. The commentary hyped him up a lot. He played in 113 games. The computer really liked him. He had 49 hits, 12 home runs, 27 RBIs, 253 average for a WAR of .9. So he was like my 5th outfielder. Pablo Sandoval was like my main pinch hitter against righties, at least. His overall didn't change at 71. I wish they'd get rid of this picture of him. I mean, God, he was with the Giants for plenty of time where they could have just used an old picture of him, let alone a new one. His overall didn't change. Personally, I'm not a fan, but I had to use him against righties because he was my best pinch hitting option. So he played in 71 games, and Sandoval was around for all of the Giants rings. Wow. I didn't realize his career started in 2008. But really his first full year was 09. Jeez. So anyways, he played in 71 games. Oh, whoops. He played in 71 games. Oh, I should have checked to see if any of my pitchers at home runs. He had 34 hits, 5 home runs off the bench, 12 RBIs, 221 average. So, not the best bench hitter, a negative .3 WAR. So that's interesting. I'm going to check that really quick, actually, before I get too distracted here. A couple of RBIs for the boys in the mound, but... Kevin Gausman hit a home run. Cool. That's it. Okay, so Austin Slater. Slater got his overall up to 75. He was one of my starting outfielders. He was my center fielder, I believe, because of his speed and his fielding, arm strength, all that. Pretty solid. 134 games, 150 hits, 16 home runs, 53 RBIs, 12 stolen bases. Try to say stolen bases and stolen bags at the same time. 285 average. Not bad at all. 3.7 WAR. I'll definitely take that. Hunter Pence really shined again. His overall went up for a little bit, and then it really declined because of his age. So Hunter Pence has got, I don't remember where he got traded to in 2012, if he got traded to San Francisco or not, or if he signed with them in the offseason. But either way, a $3 million contract, I'd say he was worth it, and then some. Absolutely resurgence of a year here in 2020. Played 148 games, 177 hits, which is almost a career high. 190 is his career high. But 39 home runs from a guy who's never even cracked the 30 club before. We'll take that. 106 RBIs from a guy who's only hit 100 RBIs once. And a 319 average. That is a career high. Unless you count his time with Houston in 2007, which actually probably would because of 108 games. Not as ideal, but wrong button. Good for a WAR of 4.7. Wilmer Flores saw his overall go up to 78. Wilmer was great for me last year in March to October for Arizona, because he was with the Diamondbacks. This year, not as much. He played 100. I mean, he was still okay, but 152 games, 172 hits, only 21 home runs, 93 RBIs. That's actually not bad. A 302 average. That's better than he did for me. The computer was good for him, I guess. 2.7 WAR. Brandon Crawford got his overall up to 77. Still got a little bit left in the tank. Crawford was around for 3 of their Giants rings. He's been a Giant for life. 145 games, 157 hits, 22 home runs, 90 RBIs. Those are career numbers. A career year for Crawford. 294 average, good for a WAR at shortstop of 5.4. Evan Longoria had a little bit of a resurgence, even though his overall went down to 78. He really came through in October. Did okay for me. 137 games, had 141 hits. Good for 24 home runs, which was his most since 2016 when he was still, a little bit younger there. 76 RBIs, his most since 2017. And a 275 average, which is his best since 2012. So that's pretty cool. Good for a WAR over at third base of 2.7. Brandon Belt was the main guy for me. Got his overall up to 81, so he's gold. Really need to count on his bat, especially against righties. His plate discipline really helps. 146 games, he had 172 hits, 39 home runs, 121 RBIs, and a 321 average. That's close to MVP numbers right there. Good for a WAR of 7.4. I think he would need a little bit more in the home run department. But really, these numbers and the WAR department, obviously he's playing first base, like that's top 3 in MVP if you ask me. Buster Posey really turned it around. Got his overall up to 89, so he's a diamond. Mostly because of his fielding, but it is what it is. He had a career year for sure too, or close to it. 141 games. He's got 4 rings with San Francisco now. 160 hits, 21 home runs, which is his most since 2014 and his 3rd highest. 72 RBIs, his most since 2016. And a 339 average, which is actually going to be a career high for him. Good for a WAR behind the plate of 7.7. And then last but not least, Mike Yastrzemski. I needed him to break out, and boy did he. He got his overall up to 81. He's gold. Solidly well-rounded now. Like, obviously there's better, but well-rounded. 140 games, 162 hits, so he averaged 1 hit per game. 31 home runs, 103 RBIs. He's 29, so he's up there in age for a kid that's, only getting his first, second full year or just whatever. Not a lot of service time. 304 average. Good for a WAR. His fielding needs improvement, but a WAR of 6.3. That's a pretty great year right there. So that's it. San Francisco's March to October. I'm going to continue in franchise quick just to check the awards. Awards. So we've got Brandon Belt winning the World Series MVP. Postseason MVP was Hunter Pence. So to me, that's the league MVP, or not the league MVP, the LCS MVP, because they don't do that award in this game. They just, they don't do it. The NL MVP was Cody Bellinger, And actually, wow, Brandon Belt and Hunter Pence both ended up being second and third MVP. But Bellinger goes back-to-back, and I really disagree. Both Belt and Pence both had higher averages, both had more home runs. Bellinger had them beat in the RBI department. Didn't really. I mean, it's got to be the WAR. It's my guess. An 8.5 WAR, but that's positional. You know, we got a first baseman who had a 7.4 WAR. Hunter Pence played left field. Only got a 4.7 WAR. So I don't know. What about the Cy Young? Jeff Samardzija made top 3. Like I said, that's maybe top. I wouldn't give him the Cy Young, but looking at the numbers, he had a much better year than Trevor Bauer did, and then really a much better year than Steven Strasburg did. Strasburg just had 26 more strikeouts. What was Strasburg's whip? 1.24. Pretty sure Samardzija had a better whip. Pretty sure Samardzija had a better WAR. 5.4 for Strauss. No, Strauss had a higher WAR. I don't know. To me, if this is your top 3, I think it goes 1, 2, 3, not that way. Just for the sake of checking. Hernan Alvarez, AL MVP again. Jeez. Buster Posey won a Silver Slugger. Danny Jimenez was in the running for Rookie of the Year. I didn't realize he was a rookie, so that's cool. Oh, wrong button. Brandon Belt won the Hank Aaron Award, with Pence being in the top 3. And then probably won't have any Gold Glovers. No Gold Glovers. Buster Posey. Wait, I thought. What the hell did Posey win then? The batting title. Buster Posey had the highest batting average. Wow, 339 average. So Buster Posey won the batting title. I thought maybe it was comeback player of the year for a second. No Gold Gloves. Not really surprised there. Posey was in the top 3 for Silver Slugger, but he didn't get it. Little robbed, but nah, I can see it going to Contreras. Brandon Belt got the Silver Slugger at first base, kind of surprising. On paper, surprising, like when you say it out loud. Brandon Belt won the Silver Slugger over Max Muncy and Freddie Freeman. You're like, huh? But then you look at the numbers and you're like, okay, makes sense. Wilmer Flores ended up being top 3 for second base. Hunter Pence won a Silver Slugger for the outfield. And then, yeah, he was the MVP of the postseason. Brandon Belt was the World Series MVP. Cool. Alright. So, as is always, before I turn this off and we call it a night now that it is 4:50 in the morning and I still have yet to eat. Oh my god. Let's go in here. Got to choose 3 legends or flashbacks that are silver and or bronze. Might take Eric Davis. He's actually not the worst. He's got some speed and he can hit. Might be my pinch runner. And Rob Neen. I know he's got the velocity. Even though it's only 1994. I'd have Craig Biggio. Starting pitcher Babe Ruth really isn't bad. Joe Morgan, but this veteran Morgan, so the speed's not there. Eddie Murphy's not, or Murray, excuse me. Not Eddie Murphy. I already got Vita Blue or Dave Kingman. I'm gonna go with Eric Davis and Rob Neen. Then I gotta choose a bronze. Have I done this before? I did, and I took Willie Mays. 2 Red Sox in here. Well, it's Jimmy Fox when he wasn't with the Red Sox, but or no, Jimmy Fox wasn't with the Red Sox. I looked at the name wrong. Well, I mean, Babe Ruth was the Red Sox, so there are 2 Red Sox, but that's not his Red Sox card. I will go with, I guess, Ted Williams, because, you know, Teddy Ballgame. And then pick, I got 4 live series players from the Giants, silver or bronze. Let's see what we got. We got Abital Avelino. He's a shortstop that I don't recall seeing at all. I don't know if I could send him down or if I didn't call him up. Alex Dickerson, I don't like. My silvers are Evan Longoria, decent enough. I already have one. And Buster Posey. Cool. Alright, and I'm not going to get a set 5-pack right now, but I will get a set 5-pack before it goes away. But that's going to do it. It's 5 a.m. I doubt anyone's still online, but I'm going to check just for the hell of it. Oh my god, they are all actually still there. Alright. Let's pop in for a second. Yeah, it's 5 a.m. I'm not going to do this.